What's poppin' T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I am back with my Ready to Love review from this past Friday. We're on episode 10 with season 3. Okay, so on this past Friday's episode, Fly is confronting Hoe Cakes. We have officially changed Amber's name to Hoe Cakes. About this whole situation with her kissing Ron, and everybody sitting there like, ooh, shit. Why don't I have no popcorn? So Hoe Cakes admits that she did kiss Kyrie's daddy. So Chris looking at her like, excuse you, man? Like, where the fuck that come from? So he feeling some type of way, and he has valid reason to feel some type of way. So Hoe Cakes, says, however, that it wasn't a date. She was like, my friend was being deployed. Ron said he could get us into this place. Ron and I barely talked. He kissed me. We kissed or whatever. Ma'am, I might have been born, but I wasn't born yesterday, god damn it. First of all, that don't even make sense. He invited y'all out to this place. You said y'all barely talked to each other. He then kissed you. Y'all kissed. How does that even happen where you're out with somebody, you're barely talking to them, and then they kiss you? Girl, who you think you lying to? Who you think you fooling? That don't even make no goddamn sense, girl. Get out of here. Please stop. And mind you, remember Kyrie's daddy, Ron, had told Flea that they talk on the phone every day. Girl, that hoe is lying. That's why I call her Hoe Cake. She just got caught up in the bullshit. And like I said on last week's review, because I read all the comments. Yes, they are on a competition show. Yes, they are free to date whomever they choose to date to find love. But I do consider that some fake ass shit. When you and I speak on the phone on an everyday basis, you heard me talk about this man, give my grievances about this man. You talking about your dude, I'm talking about the dude that I'm into. And nowhere in time do you ever say, you know what, I think I'm kind of interested in him too. Or girl, we talk on the phone every day. Or girl, he told me, to come out, to this spot to take my homeboy. And if you thought that the kiss, because she played down the kiss like it was nothing and this, that, and the third. If it was nothing, why wouldn't you have came home and immediately was like, girl, guess what? Ron invited me and my peoples out or whatever, and then he was on some weird shit and tried to kiss me at the end. I was uncomfortable, this, that, and the third. Like, come on now. The fact that you kept that shit quiet is because you and Ron have been talking on the low. You ain't fooling no motherfucking body. Girl, bye. You don't see it for Chris for real. You probably just fucking with Chris so you can make it to the end. I bet you by the time we get to the fucking reunion, they are not going to be together. Girl, bye. I see right through Hoe Cakes. So, Hoe Cakes is like, I wanted to tell you, but I knew you were conflicted with Ron because of that prayer. It looks bad, and I understand your frustration with that, but you were going to make a decision off something that happened that night that was nothing. Okay. So Hoe Cakes is like, I apologize to you. Ron didn't fully tell you the truth. I fucked up. So Fly was like, I appreciate your apology. Now I know Ron's true character or whatever. So I'm looking like, girl, if you believe that bullshit, but all right, okay. So AJ says that he wants to give more effort to Fly because he's, her only connection at this point, but he still wants to spend time with Kyra. Once again, like I said, he don't see it for neither one of them hoes, but we'll get more into that in a minute. So that night, everybody goes out by the pool and get in the pool in the hot tub, and Kyra come out in this little sexy bikini or whatever to get Shark Tale's attention. So Shark Tales and Liz are in the hot tub. Liz got on her evangelist suit. She all the way covered up like some shit she got from Kmart for $8, child. Shark Tales did notice Kyra in her little swimsuit or whatever. Nice body, gorgeous girl, both of them. So AJ gets into the water too, and then you hear Fly talking, so y'all better watch your hands in that water. Girl, shut up and stop doing the most. Like, you all on that man dick. Stop. So Hoe Cakes talks to Chris off to the side, and Chris was like, I was shocked because we talk about everything. Once again, showing you that bitch was on some sneaker leak type shit. So Hoe Cakes was like, he kissed me in front of his friend, and I didn't want to embarrass him. So if it didn't mean nothing, he kissed you, it made you uncomfortable. Why didn't you tell Chris? Why didn't you tell Alexis, somebody that you talk to on an everyday basis? Girl, get out of here because you fucking with him on the low. Bye. So He, however, believes her and lets it go, and they kiss. And I was like, this is why Chris has problems keeping women, because he's way too passive. And then next week episode, he fucks up once again by that mouth of his. Poor nigga. He can't make it for nothing. Like, oh my God. So Fly and Bernicia and Joelle are at the table, and she was like, I was telling Full House, I don't understand Kyra and AJ's relationship. They argue constantly. So, you know, she peeping game, like she is paying heavily close attention to them. And I was like, that's your problem. You so worried about what the next person doing. So she, however, now feels more confident in hanging out with AJ, but still wants to see what he's gonna do. And I was like, that's what you should have been doing in the whole time. I mean, he know he got you. He know you ain't going nowhere because you done put it out there on the line. At least Kyra still got him chasing after her. That's why him and Short Tails want her, because she has not made it easy. When you make it too easy for these niggas, they lose interest and they just know they can come to you whenever the fuck they want to. Duh. So Bernicia and Full House slept together. You know, they feel like they have grown closer. I think by the time we get to the reunion, they probably still gonna be fucking around, but I don't really see it lasting like that. I'll be shocked if they last, because you know, I done seen through Full House now. Full House is a whole nigga. So they all in the kitchen. The ladies are cooking breakfast, and AJ feels like Kyra is the woman that can be, you know, like on his team or whatever. Liz is confident in her relationship with Short Tails, and I was like, okay, at this point, I see now that Liz is an undercover freak, and she like pain. She like the pain. She like pinching and needles and whips and chains. She ain't into all that to be fucking with a nigga that bite her lip off every time they kiss. But okay, girl. So Fly now figures that, you know, she has to compete with Kyra for AJ, since Liz and Short Tails are feeling each other. And once again, AJ don't want none of them hoes, and Alexis don't want none of them niggas. This was a game for her. She wanted to prove that she can make it to the end, because everything is strategic and strategy with her, instead of like my real true feelings. Like she over here assessing who with who so she can figure out who gonna get with what. I'm like, a lot of you motherfuckers must really need this daily stipend money. Like, Jesus Christ. So Kyra and Short Tails talk after a game of tennis, and she tells him that she feels like he switched up on her at some point for Liz. And he was like, you know, Liz told me exactly what she wanted. What do you want? And Kyra was like, I don't know yet. I feel like I shouldn't have to make a decision until the end. I can understand where Kyra's coming from, but then again, I can't. Of course, I feel like, and I've said this, she played the game right with, you know, keeping these niggas on their toes. But at this point, we're down at the end, bitch. You need to make a motherfucking decision. Like, okay, now enough is enough. So he's confused, however, because he also sees how much Kyra and AJ argue with one another. But you know, they might be two people that feel like arguing is like their love language, their sex language, or whatever. So by this time, he tells her, you know, you should know what you want. And he tells her also that everything has been kind of like surface level with her, and she gets offended by that. So he tells her they need to define where they're at, because he don't know how to proceed at this point. And I understood where he was coming from. Like, I felt like at this point, if she said, let's go, he would have chosen her over Liz. And if I was Liz, that would have made me feel some type of way, because I would have felt like I was second best and you fell back on me because she didn't want you. So Fly talks to AJ, and she apologizes to him for the way she came at him in the beginning of the trip. And she says, you know, my main concern for you is that you don't yoke up with someone that is going to cause you to continue on in dysfunction. And she's talking about his relationship with Kyra. And I was like, once again, you so worried about what the next bitch doing. Girl, worry about that Rick James hairdo of yours that is so ugly. So AJ was like, I think everyone is battling between what they want and what they need. And Fly was like, where is your heart at? And so this nigga says, I think what you need is not necessarily exciting. I think what you need is not necessarily exciting. He's talking about in general. He was like one being exciting and one being safe. Safe is you. Bitch, this nigga just told you that you were safe. He wants exciting. End of conversation at that point. We ain't got shit else to talk about. We could be cool, brother and sister, whatever. But you basically just told me, nah, this ain't it. Because once again, A, she's made herself too readily available for this motherfucker. And B, he just basically friend zoned your ass. So she's disappointed in his answer. But as soon as they hug, she gonna talk about some, is that all I'm getting? Oh my God, will you stop being so desperate, bitch? Like you was, I'm so fly. Niggas want me, this, that, and the third. I wear the best boutique outfits. And then in the end, it's like you trying to beg these niggas to be with you. Like, ugh, calm the fuck down. So Tommy talks to the guys about where they are, and Shark tells him, his dilemma between Liz and Kyra. And Tommy was like, well, who would you choose? Like, 'cause you got to choose somebody. And he was like, my dad told me love is not confusing. So for that reason, I'm choosing Liz. And I was like, great choice, because Liz is a great woman. I just don't see them being compatible long term, because she's not having sex until she gets married. He seems like that's really the main reason why he likes her, is because he's sexually attracted to her and he want to fuck her and he want to see her titties and her body. Other than that, I can't really see him going a long haul with her. I don't think that they're evenly matched. So Tommy then talks to AJ and tells him, you got to make a decision, bro. And he says that he don't want to see either of them go home. And once again, that goes to show you he ain't there for the right reasons. I told y'all that nigga was there literally for the free food and for the accommodations, because at this point you talking about, I don't really want to see neither one of them go. It ain't about you not wanting to see either one of them go. It's who do you see yourself being with, nigga? The fuck are you talking about? You up here trying to spur hoes feelings? No. And I really feel like he don't really even know which one of them hoes he want to be with, because he was so concentrated on the free motherfucking food. So Tommy was like, well, your decision has to be about you, and I'm gonna give you a minute, but you're gonna have to figure out something. So at the end of the night, AJ says, I at least thought that Kyra was safe, but Jason didn't choose her. So I'm going to ask her a few questions. And if she don't fully pick me, she might be going home. Once again, that statement says it all. Oh, I thought she was safe. So, I was just going to roll with Alexis. But since she ain't safe, I'm going to see what's up with her again. Like, oh my God, what the fuck ever? Like, send everybody home. So Kyra come and sit next to him and talk, and he asked her where she's at with choosing. And she was like, the convo I had with Jason did push me in another direction, but I have some thinking to do. This dizzy, confused ass bitch. I'm sick of her now too. So AJ tells her that he was looking for some kind of reassurance and that she's been fish straddling. And he tells her that, basically this was your last chance to tell me what was up and you ain't ready to love. So you could tell she was disappointed by his response, but they were still holding hands. And so she was like, can I have my hand back? And he was like, I don't want this to be the last time that I hold you. These capping ass niggas up here wasting everybody's time. Like, I'm so over these niggas. I'm so over them. Oh, I don't like none of these last people, these final people in the final, however many, 6 or whatever. If Joel Full House wouldn't have showed his ass, I would have been rooting for him and Bernicia, but I don't see it for them niggas neither. But AJ, Kyra, Shark Tales, and Fly need to go the fuck home. I told y'all last week that Liz and Chris would be perfect for one another. Based off what we're going to see on next week's episode, when he tells Hoe Cakes that he's not going to have sex until he get married. Girl, like, how many more signs that it needs to be put in the air that Chris and Liz will be perfect for one another? He would be a perfect father. He wants to have a lot of children. You could tell she wants to have a lot of children. You could tell Liz would probably be the type of bitch that would love to have a stay-at-home dad while she goes out and make all the money. Girl, yes, be together. Somebody get this to Chris and Liz, because they the ones that need to be together. I need to be the one running this show, because none of these motherfuckers on here really see it for each other like that. A lot of people came on here for their 15 minutes of fame, but okay. So that was my review. I give the episode overall a B plus. Everything was given. It gave what it needed to give, but it just didn't pack that punch. So let me know what y'all thought about this past Friday's episode of Ready to Love. Make sure you thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell button. I love you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.